Hello everybody, welcome to the South Bay Gamers Battle Report. Today we have Sons of Horus being run as Ultramarines, but they're painted as such, going against Militarum Tempestus. Let's go over the Sons of Horus first. Go ahead.
Alright, so I'm playing the Sons of Horus just as regular Space Marines, Ultramarines, Chapter Tactics, nothing fancy. The right side here is a battalion detachment, so we'll start with the Warlord. He's this Justaran Terminator here in the middle. He's a Captain in Terminator armor, has a Chain Fist, a Combi Plasma, the Sanctic Halo, and his Warlord trait is Adept of the Codex. The other HQ is a Lieutenant right over here. He just has a Mastercrafted bolt gun and a power sword. The three troops choices are behind them. It's three identical tactical squads, 5 men, 1 plasma gun, and the Sergeant has the top knot. And then there's 2 elites choices. One of them is the Relic Contemptor Dreadnought in the back. He has a Power Fist, Akiri's Assault Cannon. And then one of them is 2 Naked Company Vets, because I need a second elite's choice to have the Relic Elite. And I also have a Spearhead detachment over here. The HQ is this captain. He's got a Storm Shield and a Power Fist. And then there's 6 heavy support choices. 3 of them are independent rapier carriers. They have quad launchers. And then behind them, 2 Vindicator laser destroyers, and then a Relic Leviathan Dreadnought with the Grav Flux Bombard, 2 heavy flamers, and the Leviathan Siege Claw.
Cool. And that is 1750. We'll go over the Militarum Tempestus. We are playing one of the new chapter approved missions called Race to Victory. Here's my 1750 of Militarum Tempestus, or at least mostly Militarum Tempestus. I tried to do as best I could using the models I had to make out these squads. There are 5 8-man squads, so there's a lot of them. Here we are. The leading off the battalion is 2 Tempestor Primes. That's these 2 I'm using as Tempestor Primes. One of them is going to have the Aquila Relic. I don't know which one will have it. I'll just put it on this guy, the guy that actually looks more like a Tempestor Prime. So he'll have the Relic. Other than that, one of them has a Plasma Pistol, which, again, we'll just put it on the Killer guy, just for simplicity's sake. They're all bare naked, nothing special there. And the battalion are 5 troop choices of Scions. 2 of them have plasma guns. Or, sorry, 3 of them have plasma guns, and 2 of them have melta guns. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is my 5 troop choices. Still in the battalion is a unit of a Militarum Tempestus Science Command Squad with 4 plasma guns. Sorry, I ran out of models. Getting some more painted up, so hopefully we'll have a full Militarum Tempestus Scion army soon. Behind them are 3 dedicated transports of Taurox Primes. They're pretty damn nasty, so we'll see how they do this game. They do only have Gatling cannons, which I see that he has a lot of armor, so we'll see how that goes. Although this one in the middle does have the nice missile launchers, so that'll be nice. Other than that, they have Storm Bolters and autocannons, all of them. And I don't believe I gave them track guards, or I don't even know if you can give them track guards, but I don't believe I did. That's pretty much it for the battalion. For the Spearhead, we have just a tank commander. He has battle cannon, heavy bolter out front, and then multi-meltas on the side. And then a unit of heavy weapons team. They're going to be the heavy bolters right here. And then another Lehman Russ with battle cannon, heavy bolters in front, and multi-meltas on the side. And then another heavy weapons team of 3 missile launchers. And that is my 1750. I will likely make the tank commander my Warlord, even though he will likely die. And he'll take the Grand Strategist one, which will allow me to get 5 command points back on a 5+ for every command point spent, I believe. And then obviously the Aquila, allowing anytime my opponent uses a stratagem to get a command point back on a 5+. So we'll see how this goes. Quick shot of the deployment. As you can see, lots of stuff in the middle over here. Some of the tanks hiding. One other tank over here, the other over here. The artillery pieces are here in the back. And the captains and tactical marines out there on my side. See mostly tanks hiding. Squad over here, heavy weapons team. The missile launchers are actually on the second floor, but I know I'd forget them, so I put them up here so I can actually see them. Tarks over there, another Tarks over there. These two are inside, the ones with Gatling cannons, so one right there, one right here. They're both plasma teams. And then everything else in reserve. We got a squad of plasmas, two squads of meltas, the command squad, and the 3 Tempestors. And that is that. I actually finished deploying first, so I'll get the +1 to the roll-off. And here's the roll-off. I got a 4,
I got a 2.
5. And you got a 2. So I get first turn on the CCs. On a 6. It's a 2. On to Militarum Tempestus, turn 1. Militarum Tempestus, turn 1. Do defend 5, assassinate, and defend 4. 5 is right there where that Taurox is. 4 is unfortunately on his side. We'll just show you where it is. It's going to be right here. And obviously assassinates kill some characters. So with that in mind, I dropped a lot of stuff over here, mainly to kill these dreadnoughts, and then I can start going for these characters. There's a Melta team down there, Plasma Command Squad up there. All 3 of the Tempestors dropped behind those squads, given will likely give out the order to reroll ones. I have to kind of look at the orders because I'm rather new to this army. There's another Melta team up there. And then obviously I told you the Taurox moved there. The missile launchers are still up there. The tank commander moved only 4, so 4 and a bit, so he can under half he can shoot twice, or at least his top gun. That's probably will be the only thing in range. Maybe his heavy bolters. And then this guy had to move 12 in order to shoot or to be able to even draw a line of sight. So that's what happened there. And then this Taurox also moved. The heavy bolters over there also moved as well because I needed to. Oh, I forgot to move this guy. We will move that guy in a second, then we will go on to shooting phase for Militarum Tempestus turn 1. And if Militarum Tempestus turn 1, I will score or be halfway to scoring defend 5. I would likely dump defend 4 because that's on his side. Pretty terrible round of shooting for my first turn. In total, I shot everything I could, including some of these hotshot las guns, because I did use the order, what is it called? Let's bring it over here so we can get the name right. Elimination Protocol Sanctioned. That allowed me to reroll all my wounds against vehicles or monsters, which I attacked that vehicle. So I figured tactical marines aren't that big of a threat at this point, and I needed to put as many wounds as I could on Leviathan, so I tried that out. And actually I did kill one tactical marine from one of the squads that actually did shoot their hotshot las guns, so there was that. But I figured if I'm going to use that order, I might as well shoot at the vehicle anyway, so at least I can take advantage of it. In the end, the melta guns really failed. Plasma guns did some wounds. The battle cannons did probably the majority of the wounds, but in total only did 8 wounds to it. It's 15 total or 14?
Yeah, started at 14.
14, so I got half his wounds down at this point, but it's still at this top tier, so it's going to be...
Nope, it's just barely in the medium tier.
Oh, really? Okay, so I did get it below a tier. Okay, so that was at least worth it. Oh, that's why you used command point, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, one of the last plasma guns went through, and you did use a command point to re-roll it, and still went through, thankfully. I used a command point on the battle cannon, giving me 10 shots, so that helped a bit too. Other than that, all my guns didn't really do anything, and I won't score anything. And that is it. On to Sons of Horus turn 1. Sons of Horus turn 1, mission critical objective 4 was drawn. Defend 3 and domination. So 3 is right there, I believe. Is that 3?
Yes.
Yeah, 3 is there and 4 is there, so he'll get those. More than likely, because I don't know if without I'll be able to get all of his stuff off that objective. And this is defend. Yeah, this is defend. So he'll for sure get the 4. And defending 3, we'll see. I do have some detractors still. Other than that, is movement. These special vindicators, I forgot what they're called, moved out. Tactical marines moved out. Both dreadnoughts moved up, and will likely kill that side, or at least most of them. That is pretty much the movement. Not really much to talk about other than that, and we'll go on to shooting and assault phase for Sons of Horus turn 1. And of a really nasty Sons of Horus turn 1, He will score, obviously, mission critical objective 4 for having guys on that objective there. Halfway to defending 3. And as you can see over here, he killed basically all my stormtroopers. Yes, I'm going to call them stormtroopers because that's what they're formerly known as. Yeah, the squad up there with the Meltas, Plasma guys, the command squad, the other squad died, and the Tempestor, one Tempestor on this second level up here is was assaulted by some company veterans, I think, the 2 of them. The other one's just surrounded by a bunch of dreadnoughts. He killed the squad, but the characters are just left there. And then this squad was killed by shooting, sorry. And then the Tempestor was just left there because he is a character. Other than that, over there nothing really happened, but over here, unfortunately, I lost one of the Taurox Primes by one of these nasty Vindicators, who just one-shotted it with its strength 10, -5, straight 6 damage. You got both hit, both wound, no save against -5, so it did die, and 2 of them died in the process, so that happened there. I may have to take leadership. I think they'll be okay, but I'll double check in a sec. Either way, other than that, that was really it. He'll score 2 points for First Blood and Mission Critical Objective 4, and I'll get 2 points for defending number 5, which is right there. And we will go on to Militarum Tempestus, turn 2. Militarum Tempestus, turn 2. Still have Assassinate from last turn. Drew defend 3 and defend 2. Defend 2 is right here where these guys are and where that's Taurox moved back. The characters that are the only things left here. This one moved out of combat, moved up there. This one moved out of combat, moved right there. This one advanced and moved this way. That squad moved up just a bit, all touching cover. We'll hopefully try to take some shots into some tactical marines at least. See how that goes. Everything else on this side stayed still except that one Leman Russ who just moved just barely under half range, so that way he could shoot his battle cannon twice. Tank commander didn't bother moving because it wasn't going to really matter. And yeah, Taurox stayed still and all that. We got to take out some armor, or at least do some damage to them, because they are pretty nasty and could take out a Leman Russ in one go if I'm not careful. So that's the priority right now. Other than that, I'm just going to kind of leave this side, leave it be at this point. And here we go, on to Militarum Tempestus. Turn to shooting and assault if there's any, which definitely. And of stormtroopers, I'm just going to call them stormtroopers from now on. Turn 2, I will score nothing, but I will get defend 2 hopefully at the end of my turn, as long as something lives over here. Defend 3 is again on his side, so I will likely dump that. I still have this squad in reserve with plasmas, so there's a potential for them to come on, and I guess I will keep Assassinate because he does have some characters that are kind of out in the open and potentially may try to target them eventually. Anyway, so we'll see. I'm not sure what I'll discard, but at this point I haven't scored anything, and he will get defend 3 at the end of his turn, so his score is 4-2 in his favor. And yeah, let's talk about what happened before I go on to the next turn. Everything I had over here shot into those tanks, both those tanks, and I did pretty well in shooting, thankfully, making up for that last turn, so that definitely helped me take out those tank killers, because otherwise my armor could have been in some serious trouble if those guys shot at me. Yeah, that's what happened there. Didn't do any wounds to the dreadnoughts from heavy bolters and the Taurox on this side, but again, I had such a good shooting phase that I can't really complain. That's pretty much my turn, and we will go on to Sons of Horus, turn 2. Sons of Horus, turn 2. Has objective 2, which is on my side, advance and honor your chapter, which is if you do a wound to an enemy character as a result of one of your characters doing it, then you get 1 point, and if you kill him, it'll get D3. Thankfully for him, there are 3 characters right here. There's one up here, one down there with the killer relic, and then one hiding right there. So if you can at least kill one with a character, which his only character in range is this one, this Lieutenant Advance. So it's really up to him to get the points for him. We'll see how that goes. And obviously, like I said, objective 2 is right there. And then the last one is Advance, which is get out of his deployment zone, which won't happen with artillery. So probably dump that one. Or number 2. We'll see. That is pretty much the movement, or for the movement phase, the Relic Contemptor moved up. The Leviathan moved up, and obviously all this stuff over here, the Tactical Marines just kind of moved up, staying in cover. These two with the, what are they called? The company veterans? Yes.
Yeah.
And then the tactical marines moved up on this building. Captain kind of moved around, trying to give a bubble to some stuff, and obviously the artillery stayed still. So it was a pretty easy movement phase. Let's go on to shooting and assault phase for Sons of Horus turn 2. And a Sons of Horus turn 2. He will score honor your chapter for 1 point. He rolled the D3 and got a 1. We'll explain why that was the case in a sec. Won't scare objective 2 obviously because that's on my side, and he will dump advance. So all the artillery shot, 2 of them shot into the squad that was right over here, this Militarum Tempestus Scion squad that was in that Taurox earlier and that blew up and killed them, no problem. Some of the bolt guns and plasmas also shot into them, as well as this squad. So they took quite a bit of shots at least. Granted, that was really the only thing that were in range for them, so there was that too. But the other one shot into the missile launchers that were up top on this building up here. Killed them, no problem. The captain declared, or actually Leviathan declared a charge on that Tempestor Prime that was right there. And I chose to overwatch and overcharge my plasma pistol. Rolled a 1 on purpose because I didn't want him to get the point. So that worked out there. But then once that happened, the captain declared a charge on this guy who was up on this hill, this character. And you can declare guys against people you can't see. I couldn't overwatch. It didn't matter, he didn't have a plasma pistol anyway, so I couldn't do that same thing where I tried to blow myself up. Either way, he rolled a 12 and made it up there no problem and killed him. So that was unfortunate. The Tactical Marines also made it up with the command point used there. And then over here, he charged my other Tempestor. I killed one in combat. He used a command point actually to keep one alive. And didn't get it back, nor did he pass the save, so I killed a guy and it didn't take any wounds in the process there. And that was pretty much it. I took a wound from the Taurox, from the Curious Assault Cannon. The Grab Flunks Bombardment from the Leviathan was just barely in range of them. Killed 2 of them, and then they died from, I'm not sure exactly what it was. Was it the quad mortar?
Yeah.
Okay, so actually the quad mortar went over there. One went over there, and then one of the other ones went over into the missiles. I believe that's how it went. Either way, those squads are dead. So basically all my infantry are dead except that guy up there. And the 2 squads that are in transports. Actually, the 1 squad that's in transport. And the 1 squad that's in reserve still. So they have to come on this turn. So that was that. He will score 1 point and dump advance, and it'll be on to my turn. Stormtroopers turn 3. Still have Assassinate, Defend 1, and Objective 6. Objective 6 is right over here where the Leviathan and Contemptor are. Objective 1 is right over here in the middle. And that's obviously Assassinate, kill a character. So my goal was to put these guys right here to try to kill this lieutenant. Now hopefully, kill a character for the turn. And the guys, the plasma guys that were in the Scion, or the Taurox got out and are just barely within 9 inches of this guy to hopefully get some rapid fire and shots from plasma. So we'll see how that goes. We'll likely use a... Actually, I can't. Never mind, there's no Tempestor. So no order there. So we're just going to have to go for the special roll for them and hope that helps. And then the Battle Cannon Leman Russ, along with the Taurox, moved over there. Sorry, this is a really bad angle, but I just want to show it. And then Pask had to move a little... Or not Pask, sorry. Tank Commander moved out a little bit. Had to move over half so he won't get the double shots, but wanted to get some multi-meltas and battle cannon range of stuff, so need to hurt these guys as much as I can before they come into my lines to kill my tanks. That's pretty much my movement. Let's go on to shooting and assault phase for Scions turn 3. End of Scions turn 3. I will not score anything, unfortunately. Sorry for the glare. Tried my best at killing a character. Could not do it with the Scion squad. They overcharged. One of them killed themselves, and the others didn't do anything. One of the one shot that actually went through did do 2 damage, so I did do that. But all I needed was 1 more plasma to go through, and could have killed him, but didn't do anything. This squad over here, 2 of them died, or actually 1 of them died, and the other ones didn't hit or wound, I think. Actually, no, 1 of them went through and did 2 damage, bringing him down to 9, I believe it was. The Taurox shot a bunch of shots into these guys, the Tactical Marines down there. Sorry, you can't really see them, but they're right over there. You can just see them barely through the window. killed them with actually a storm bolter, not the Punisher Gatling cannon. And the autocannons shot into the Leviathan, didn't do anything. This tank did a few wounds to, actually 6 wounds to the Leviathan, or not the Leviathan, the Contemptor from the multi-meltas. And then everything else was saved on his armor saves or his either armor saves or invuln saves against the other guns on the Leviathan. So, did he take any wounds this turn? I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Yeah, he took a lot of shots from that side over there too. Those two just can barely see him, but he was pretty heavily obscured, so he got a +1 save. So that definitely saved him. Otherwise, he would have been dead from one of the shots. Other than that, I think that's all. Again, 2 wounds done on this lieutenant. Didn't get assassinate. We'll dump likely, not sure yet, either 6 or defend 1. Defend 1 is out in the open and 6 is right here. I'll decide what later. Either way, I didn't score anything, and the score is 4-5 in favor of Sons of Horus. On to Sons of Horus, turn 3. End of Sons of Horus, turn 3. We did a whole turn recap. He will score 6 and 1. We'll explain more in a sec, and not get 2 yet. 6 was right there. 1 was right in the middle. These tactical marines went to get. And 2 is right there, which he killed the squad that was out front that shot at him earlier. And then with the grab flux bombardment, and then melts a gun. And then some of the older bolters may have helped out there. And then he charged and shot into the Taurox, getting him down to 2 wounds. Thankfully, I made 2 6-ups in combat, keeping him alive. Otherwise, this thing would have been dead. So at the very least, he's still alive and can't shoot this turn, but at least he'll be an annoyance for next turn when the next turn comes around, because he likely will still have some stuff over here to shoot. That was really it. He scored 2 points and still has 2. Will likely keep that because that is right there. And I don't think anything else we need to talk about other than the Tempestor easily dying from the power sword wielding lieutenants that I did not kill. Oh yeah, this squad over here got melted from mortars as expected. And that was that. On to Militarum Tempestus, turn 4. Pretty decent. Militarum Tempestus, turn 4. I drew objective 5 and objective 6. No, I had a 6 from last turn. And assassinate from last turn. Drew 5, which is good because that was right there. And I got that with my Taurox, who shot at some Marines, killed 1, and then also shot down, can't really see them, but they're the barrage things, forgot what they're called, with the missiles, didn't do anything. Couldn't see the Leviathan, unfortunately, but ended up killing him later on. That was the first thing I shot with. This thing then shot second into the Contemptor, did only 1 wound in total with it. And then, thankfully, the tank commander, I split fired some of the guns. It took a risk here with the multi-meltas and the other stuff. The battle cannon shot into the Leviathan, not knowing whether I was going to kill the Contemptor, which thankfully it didn't blow up. And then thankfully the battle cannon killed him. So it worked out for me in the end. I will score 1 point. I have 5 points to the Sons of Horus. I think they have 7. We'll double check on his turn, but on to Sons of Horus turn 4. And the Son of Horus, turn 4. Got hold the line because he had 3 of his little things. What are they called? I don't remember what they're called. Mortars in his deployment zone. He won't get secure objective 2. He tried to charge with those tactical marines over there. First shooting at the Lehman Russ, doing 1 wound from the plasma gun, I believe. Yeah, it was the plasma gun. And nothing else was done at this guy because he wanted to charge. He actually failed his charge, thankfully. Didn't take anything Overwatch, at least. Shot all of his mortars and some bolters into this Taurox. I did take cover, got the command point back, so I still have 4. I gotta keep remembering to using these command points, or some of these stratagems like Jerry Rig. I should have done that on this one, but I can do it next turn, so that'll help, because this is still at his top tier. This will at least bring it to mid tier, so that'd be nice. And I think that's really it. Yeah, he's halfway to defending 6. He has 4 units on it, 2 individual tactical marines, separate units, captain, and the lieutenant. So if I can kill them, that'll be big, because that's an extra 2 points for him. So the current score is 1, 2, 3, 9, 8.
8. So
8-5. Yep, and We will go on to Militarum Tempestus, turn 5. End of Stormtroopers turn 5. Shot the tactical marine that was right there, killed him no problem, but unfortunately with the character shenanigans I was not able to target the characters too much until I killed some of the guys out front, so that was quite unfortunate. I did do one multi-melta wound and rolled a 3, tried a command point because I really wanted to kill him, got it down to a 2, so he only has 4 wounds left. Battle cannon didn't do anything, unfortunately he passed the saves. And that was really that. I didn't get anything. I'm still trying to get Assassinate, and unfortunately couldn't get it, and would likely dump 3 and 4, which are both on his side. Those are what I drew this turn. So, and he also got Defense 6, no problem. So he has 10 points. I have 5. So, like, unlikely I'll come back, and game might end anyway. So on to Sons of Horus turn 5. Sons of Horus, turn 5, had Secure 3, Assassinate, and Big Game Hunter. Everything, ironically, left is Big Game Hunter. So he tried shooting this Tarox over there, got it down to, only did 1 wound in total. Did 1 wound over here. I did take cover earlier in the shooting phase. Didn't get the command point back, and actually took a wound, so I'm not at full strength. And that was pretty much all that happened there. The captain and lieutenant hid. And that was, yeah, that's what happened. He got a point for objective 3, which is right there. And that's it. He has 11 points. I have 5 points, and let's see if the game goes on. It does not. Okay, I'm probably okay with that. I wasn't going to come back likely. Either way, that was a fun game. Sons of Horus win, or technically Ultramarines win. And that's that. Thanks for watching, guys.